Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Music Box with me, Megan Vincetta. And today I've got Aidan Kelly. Welcome.
The one and only.
The one and only. Well, actually, we're going to get on to you being the one and only because, you were in Ludovico.
I was.
Yeah, so, you're moving on, but we're going to get on that later. So, first, tell me, how was your live lounge gig?
Well, you were there. So, it was good, yeah. I think, I did three Ludovico songs and I did one brand new one.
This was like you coming out not the literal closet, but this was you coming out being like, hey, it's me.
It's me.
By myself.
My name.
No band.
My name.
But you could be looking for one. Again, we're going to get on that
No,
later. Right, so how did you feel performing by yourself?
Well, I've only ever played on my own to myself. So,
Whoa.
I played like loads of gigs and stuff, but it's easy when you can hide behind the mistakes of other people. So
yeah, I mean, I love to do that.
yeah, exactly.
I'll make mistakes and just blame it on anybody else.
Exactly.
Chase. So is it weird though? Do you feel lonely?
Yeah, all alone. No,
lonely.
It's all right. Like it's weird, but it's not like I'm not like. A little bit nervous, but I'm all right. I can handle it.
That's good. Well, at least you've got a good crew around you today, and everybody was
We do.
just cheering you on as well. So tell me a little bit about how you got into music in the first place. What's the history?
What's the history of
What's
Aidan?
the history?
Well, my whole family is a very musical family, but I didn't really get into it until I was a teenager, until I was about 13, something like that. And I just started learning a bit of guitar, and one of my friends said we're starting a band in school, so I was like, oh, I'll join. And I was actually the bassist of Ludovico, actually, so I learned bass because we kicked the bassist out, so I had to learn it. So because I've always liked music, just as simple as that. I just like music.
Who's your guilty pleasure? Who do you listen to when nobody's around? Come on, I won't judge.
Spice Girls. Obviously.
That shouldn't be a secret pleasure. I mean, everybody should embrace
yeah,
the
but I'm
Spice
very
Girls every
serious
day.
musician. But
Yeah, you are very, very serious. Like we were doing the news
we're
at 10
very
before
serious.
when we were very, very serious, by the way. Okay, so when you were talking before about the musical inspiration behind your songs, it seems like it comes from a lot of pain. Who's been hurting you?
It's pain, but only pain that everyone experiences every day. It's not like I don't have this big traumatic life. It's just the pains that everyone has to get through every day. So, I mean, I like to think they're a bit hopeful. They're not just all maudlin.
Yeah, well, because you just mentioned then when you were playing in the live lounge, you played some more somber songs because it's hard to get lit, isn't it, when you're playing with the guitar?
Yeah, it's hard when you haven't got the drums and the backing vocals and all that stuff. But I tried to keep it a bit upbeat.
Yeah,
I tried to be a bit happy about it.
It's good that you've got that versatility, so you can do both as well.
Well, yeah, I'm very versatile.
What is your favourite part in the process? Because you write your own songs, don't you?
I do.
Okay, so tell me.
It's got to be the writing, and I think in particular the words. I think I always write chords, and I find out it's already a song every single time without fail.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I feel like every song is already a song. There's no such thing as original chords anymore. But it's definitely the lyrics is my favourite part to do.
Yeah. But to get the lyrics, you've got to get hurt.
You have got to get hurt, but sometimes you have to be blessed.
That is very true. And also as well, the other angle that you go from with your songs is you got a little bit of a history and political backstory, haven't you?
Yeah, I like to do a bit about society and politics and stuff, but not in your face, this is my opinion, you think it too.
Yeah.
But I like to be just stuff that everyone can relate to, stuff that's going on.
Yeah. That's good. Giving people a little bit of insight, because some people don't really pay attention to politics, and sometimes the only way they learn what's going on in society is through music.
Well, some of the best artists ever are politically motivated. I look at the punk from the 70s, or even the indie music from the 90s just comes from everyone having absolutely nothing.
Yeah, everybody's just standing on the soapbox.
In the 90s, everyone having nothing, everyone down at the job centre
Oh,
every day. So
it looks like we might all be ending there
yeah,
soon
that's where we'll
again.
be again. So
Is
perfect
it the
timing.
90? Yeah, oh, well then we can write some songs about being, yeah, give us a
Skins.
job. Okay, so you mentioned that you played the guitar and that you've
I
got a
do.
musical family. So, and you obviously learned bass because you're bassist at Skedaddle.
Yeah.
So, what other instruments do you play?
I play piano as well.
Oh, okay.
That was actually the first instrument I ever learned when I was like really young. I was doing all like my classical piano.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I can see you doing a bit of classical piano.
Trying to say?
Mm.
No, I did it when I was like younger, and then we did the band, did guitar. I think I'm really cool because I can play guitar. But then I went back to piano, so I've got like a couple of songs that are like piano songs.
Yeah,
A bit more rock piano though.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
I feel like I need to see that bit of rock piano. I like a bit of
No more Mozart for me.
no more Mozarts. You can have a day off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead, it's going to be music about the revolution on.
About obviously, Viva la Revolution.
Yeah. Okay, so what has your favourite gig to date been? Obviously, apart from today.
Yeah, apart from today, it's a tie because I just can't choose. One was a long time ago, and we were at the Floral Pavilion in New Brighton. It's like
I don't think I've been.
so it's good because it's like 900 people.
Oh
there.
wait, no. Did they used to do like the dancing there?
Yeah, they do that like big massive stage. And
Yeah.
So that was good because it was like massive audience of like, as I said, like 900 people.
Wow.
And like massive stage, something but the thing is we just started as a band, so we had like 2 songs and they were like both covers, so it's like it feels like such a waste because I'm like I wish I could play there now because now I can
Yeah.
actually play my own songs. But it was good because it was like nothing we'd seen before. We played
Yeah.
like
I
2
mean,
gigs.
that's starting the bar very high, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely did. And so but then another one was at Parr Street, and it was like a Christmas gig. I like that one because we got to learn some Christmas songs for the
Oh.
gig. So
I love the Christmas songs, mate.
we did like
Mariah.
War is Over. We did.
Oh, did ya?
Yeah.
Oh, there's me, Mariah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's hard to put onto like the band stage.
Yeah,
It's hard. Yeah.
I guess so. Oh, Parr Street Studio is amazing in
It is,
Liverpool,
yeah.
isn't it? So it's got such a good vibe. I love being there. Did one of my first presenting gigs for Big Condo there, and I loved it. I was dressed as Cleopatra.
Oh. No context.
No context. I'm gonna just leave it like
Yeah,
that
just-
as well.
Everyone else is dressed normal.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what would your ultimate dream gig be?
I'd love if I was like in a band, massive band, and I'd love to play like Nebworth. Obviously, like the obvious ones like Leeds and Glastonbury and stuff.
Yeah.
But like Nebworth gig, like I think of like all the amazing gigs I've been there, like the Oasis one where like 400,000 people were there over the 2 days and stuff
Wow.
like that. That'd be the dream.
Yeah,
I
because
was
then
aiming high.
you'd be like looking into the audience, being like, "That was me,
You're here
just
for me.
watching," and
Yeah.
then now you're here for me.
Yeah.
I love that. So you just slightly touched on if you have a big band. So at the moment, you are a solo. This is your first ever solo performance as a
It is.
solo performer.
Yeah.
But you were in a band
I was.
and you've left. So tell us a little bit about why.
We just left because 2 of the members have to go, need to go on and do other things, and then the other member, the drummer, wasn't going to leave now, but he's leaving because the other 2 have left, but he would have probably left in like a year to go to like university and stuff. So it's just like changing circumstances, I guess.
But you've got a master plan.
I have got a master plan and I'm ready to do it.
You're ready
Put
to.
the plan in
That was
action,
like so
yeah.
much. That was
Enthusiasm.
energy. Yeah, I felt it. So tell us a little bit about your master plan.
Well, it's just I think I'm going on my own, just under my own name, but I want to by, like New Year's time have like a band. I'm already working on getting the members. I've got 1 confirmed,
Okay.
so that's a good start.
It's not me, is it?
No,
But what about our singer?
I'll have to get you
before?
featuring on a song,
Okay.
yeah, because it was good
I'll
before.
ruin it.
And yeah, but I'm gonna just like play on my own for a bit, but I'm not gonna like release anything under my own name, I don't think. But I think if I don't have a full band, I can kind of, with the person I've got, it can be like a 2-man thing in the studio. But in terms of playing live, I'll have to do it on my own until we get a
Another
couple more.
big famous band has done that before.
They have.
Which one?
Foo Fighters. Their first album was just Dave Grohl. There wasn't a band to play the songs, but not many people know that. And then he got the band in and just pretended that it was. But I like that idea that he kind of made a band name so people didn't just think of him, because he didn't like the idea of being like a solo artist, which I don't really either.
Yeah.
It's nice to do a couple of like those live lounges and stuff, but you know, the goal is to be in a band.
Yeah, that's good. So where did the name Ludovico come from?
It's actually from the book / film A Clockwork Orange from the 70s, I think it's from. And they have this like thing where they like make the main character Alex good because he's like evil. They make him good by like making him watch like horrible videos of people being like hurt and stuff to make him like feel sick to seeing violence. And it's called the Ludovico Technique. That's what it's called. So
Oh, right.
that's where it came from.
Do you know what? I do know of the film, but I've never watched it.
It's a good book.
I feel like I need to add it to my list because a lot of musical artists have took inspiration from that film, even Rihanna.
Yeah, it's a big like pop culture thing.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. And I mean, what an endearing, lovely name.
It is lovely. It's really hopeful and nice. Yeah.
Filled with brightness, joy, love, and light.
Exactly, that's what we're all about.
Yeah, I can tell. Well, so how are you going to decide the name for your next band? You know, what murder documentaries are you going to watch?
I have been thinking about it, and I've got nothing.
Okay,
So
well,
there you
maybe it'll all kind of fit in when you find the people.
Yeah, and obviously they can have suggestions as well.
Are you going to let them have suggestions?
Well, they can suggest whether they get picked. That's a different.
Love that. Okay, so at the moment we're in lockdown.
We are.
What have you been doing with your time? Tell me you've been making the most of your time.
You know, I tried to like keep a schedule. That broke down. But
I was going to say, because
it's not. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
we
You just
know how
become
you've
like
been
nocturnal.
yeah,
Don't you?
that's a nice way of how we called it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But one thing is that when I would write music before lockdown, I might like write like 3 songs in a week or something, but then I'd have like a month of like no inspiration. But recently I've had like pretty much like, you know, 1 song a week consistently, so
That's
just been
amazing.
building on my back catalogue.
I do think at the minute, like, the creative vortex veil has been lifted and all the artists are just getting all of these flowing, you know, new inspirational like opportunities to make music. And have you felt that?
Yeah, definitely. It's like there's so much to talk about. There's not just this sense of like isolation and like loneliness that you can write about, but so much is going on around that like a lot of people don't even catch on to. But this, like, we're just in like turmoil as like a country right now, well, as a world.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best things, you know, as I was saying about the circumstances that good music has come out of.
Yeah.
Like the 60s and the 70s and like now it's not just like, you know, Britain is like in a bad way. It's like the whole world, we're in it together. And I think the whole sense of community and like globalism is actually really emphasized right now, so there's a lot to talk about.
I really feel that. I do feel like people are going to make amazing music from it, because it's, although like the literal world is falling apart
around us,
the social infrastructure is just like but it's also bringing out the best side of people, isn't it?
It is, and it's actually quite shocking.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, there's a lot of things that people have been asked to do, and they've done it. We've actually been quite, and I think that's what it's all about. It's all about, you know, there's not enough love out there, is there?
There isn't, but we're starting to feel it.
We are, because everyone's in the same boat for once. Like, you know, with like this coronavirus thing, doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, you can catch it.
Exactly.
So I think that's one of the biggest barriers between all of us is wealth. So
yeah,
that's one thing. It's a unforgiving thing. So
it really is. And the thing is as well, like you mentioned before, a sense of community, and that's like bringing people together. Even little things like whenever I'm going to shops now, my neighbour sits in his window. He's dead cutie, so he's just like watching the birds. So I'm like, do you want anything from the shop? And you know, no
people
one would
don't
have
talk
done
to
that,
their neighbours
but now,
before then.
yeah. Are you gonna write a song about that type of thing as well? Like,
I actually have.
Have you? Oh, what's it called?
It's called Isolation Blues.
Oh. I like the sound of that. Maybe the next live lounge you can bring it in.
I will definitely bring it in.
Cool. Right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the songs that you just performed.
Yes.
So the first one, Crossed Out Lines.
That's it. That's the first song I ever wrote.
Ever?
Ever. I kind of hit my peak early.
Oh.
Just plateaued after that. No, I do. I like that one because it's the first time I'd ever successfully written something.
Yeah, and it does sound like it's a breakup song, but
Right.
there's a little bit of a backstory behind
Yeah,
it.
it's more about like, it's about like family, really. You know, it says like, so tell me the truth, am I not the one you wanted? It sounds like it might be about like a girlfriend or something, but it's just about, it's more very specifically about like my dad and his side of the family and stuff, because that was like, you know, that's one of the traumas of my life. No, you know, but that's like something I think everyone can relate to a little bit. Everyone feels like they're not good enough for their parents at some points, but that's
Yeah.
what it's about. But I like how it's kind of like you don't know that.
It's
if you
like
listen to it.
concealed. It's a
Yeah.
hidden message, isn't it? And sometimes people want to write about these things and want to talk about it, but no one really wants to admit that they feel like that. So
Yeah.
it's good to like be able to like hide it in a bit of a love song, but then
Mm.
when you're singing it, you're getting that emotion out.
Exactly, yeah, and it's, you know, that's like some of the best songs have deeper meaning. It's not all about like the explicit meaning, is it?
Yeah, the surface is just,
Just the surface.
yeah, the underneath
Tip
is
of the
where it's at.
iceberg.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So next we had What to Believe.
We did.
So,
That's another old song. And one of the first ones I did, you know, like I just got like my first like good like acoustic guitar,
mhm.
and it is kind of that like, and it's a lot more like jolly. It's kind of like a like that.
Sorry, how does it go again?
So it's like like that.
I mean, that was better than the live lounge, gotta say.
It was.
Stop stealing your own show.
I know I'm stealing my own thunder. No, I got that off. The first inspiration was I listened to She's Electric, which is like, and that's kind of got the same swing rhythm. But I actually wrote it after I was at my nan's house once, and she was watering her plants, and I thought of the line, we showed the light to help them grow,
Oh.
which is just about plants. Sounds like it's about like something really deep and meaningful, but that's where the whole song comes from. It's just about how you get bombarded with all these opinions and you don't really know what to believe.
Yeah. I love that. And if you think about a plant, they are quite deep because they've got roots.
They have got roots. We've all got roots.
Okay, so next is your first solo song all by yourself, no band.
Yep.
Even though you did write all of these songs.
Yeah.
Even the ones with the band. But this one is the one where
Yeah, it's
just-
never been released
it's
ever.
not been released yet.
Well, it's about to be.
It's about to be.
Yeah, it
about
is.
to just drop it.
Just like that.
And it's called What's Real.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's from actually right about the beginning of lockdown. You know, beginning of April, kind of.
Mhm.
That's when I wrote it. It's just about how like it was this idea I was saying before about like how everyone has like this wealth, for example, as like one thing that divides us, but it doesn't really matter. Like in like when we're all a community and we're all in the same boat, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter your race or your creed or your wealth or anything, because we're all getting affected. It's just like, if you have everything, like how are you going to handle it when it's taken away from you
Yeah.
if you're not ready for it? So in terms of people, and
I feel a lot of people are going to be experiencing that.
yeah, and they're not ready for it.
They're not ready, but they should listen to your song.
They should listen to it, and you'll be warned.
You'll be warned and you'll be ready.
It's a public warning.
It's public service
Yeah,
announcement.
exactly.
Aidan Kelly is laying down the law. So the final song that he sang for us is Deborah.
It is. It's a weird name. Actually, the backstory behind the name is we recorded a song and it had no words yet. It was just like a, you know, like the chords and the melody, just us going like do do do, and we just saved it on our phone like as a recording, just as demo, and it just was a typo and it just stuck
to Deborah.
to Debo.
And then now
Yeah.
it kind of like makes the song.
Yeah,
does
that's
it?
the like. Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Well, thank you for going over all of your songs with us. So tell us, what can we expect from you next? What have you got next on the cards? When are you releasing new music?
Right. So I'm gonna keep playing live, and I've got like my Instagram where I put up like I've just done a live session in the park
That
That's
was
on
cute,
there.
by the way. I like that.
I know, it's me. But so I've got them out, and I'm going to be doing that kind of thing. But I'm going to be building my band up, and hopefully by the end of the year, it'll at least have like an announcement of like the first single out and stuff. But I'm also hoping to do an EP with one of my cousins, so that'll be good as well.
Amazing. So a lot of things for us to watch out
Lots and
for.
lots.
So watch your social media handles. Tell our audience where they can find you.
On Instagram is where I put all my songs. So like I do like my like just in my room covers or my own songs, but I have a couple of live sessions, as I said. And it's just aidankelly.official because it's very, very like sophisticated and
Very
important.
sophisticated and very serious.
Yeah. I'm a serious
Things
artist.
are very serious in the
Yeah.
music box today.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on the
you.
show. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it was your first ever interview.
It was, yeah, I know. So excited.
Woohoo! So thank you for coming on, and thanks everybody for watching us at the Music Box with me, Megan Vincetta, and Aidan Kelly.